Hey, there we go.
That strike would have been awesome.
On this point, they're flipping these little tilapia, the 4-inch size here, perfectly. So we just chucked that up there and hit the water, bam.
For people that are afraid to throw a swim bait, that shows you how small fish will actually hit it, right?
Yeah, well, geez, I've caught fish this small almost on 12-inch baits before. I mean, it doesn't happen a lot, but I've caught some tiny fish on some big baits before. But this new 4-inch bait is from Tru-Tungsten here. I've caught 7.5's the biggest. We've only had this. Geez, I've only been fishing it now for about a month. And 7.5's the biggest we've caught on it, but a lot of 3 and 4 pounders. It's a great tournament bait. And a great bait for people that kind of get used to the little idiosyncrasies of a swim bait. You know, it's not just a chuck and wind deal. You know, back in the day when fish had never seen them before, it might have got away with a few bites. And if I can get this fish off of these wicked hooks here, there's the little one. But there's a lot more to triggering strikes on that one there. I threw it in there, wound it a few times, and they just started pop, 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 pop. Fish came out. It wasn't exactly the fish we were hoping for, but there's a lot to fishing swim baits. And this little guy here, it's fun. And everything you can learn from these little baits, you can apply exactly the same way to the bigger ones. The bigger ones are a little bit smarter, but it's just triggering bites. You know, big ones draw up a lot of bites, and then you got to trigger them. Once you draw them up, there is little things you can learn. Different lakes have their deals, but it's a great way to learn and get confidence in swim baits. Period. This little guy right here. I think one of the biggest things, the biggest problems that people will do, is they'll see a fish and freak out and they freeze and they stop that bait. I'd say 1 time out of 20, you'll get that fish to eat when you kill it. Most of the times as he's coming up, I make him chase it like a cat. If you ever play with a cat and a little piece of string, pop, 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 and he kind of gets closer, and then if you rip it away, that cat will jump on it. I find bass almost act exactly the same. So if I get a fish to follow it, start ripping it away. If you get a bunch of fish, speed it up, and it will cause some competition. One might move forward, the other one's going, no, I want it now. You want what you can't have? They're going to start fighting over it. I've had fish just fighting over baits. So that's probably the biggest thing I do is when I get a follower or a group or not, one or a group, rip it away from it. You can't have it, can't have it. It applies for humans, applies for everyone there. You always want what you can't have. There's another boil. Let's see if we can pull them up here. So my favorite technique, like smaller, big swim baits, is just kind of slow roll it. I feel that's getting their attention. And then I just start to dance it around a little bit. Kind of assuming, okay, hopefully there are some followers there. Nothing came up now, but you can kind of see the bait here. She's coming in right here like this. So you get the followers here, and I just look, you can't have it. Rip it away from them. It drives them nuts.